Hey, this is the World Cup recap and the 2014 World Cup preview, and this starts right now. I want to be the first to congratulate Spain on winning the 2010 World Cup. Um, I thought this was a very successful World Cup, very good advertised. It got my attention, got the whole world's attention. I think very good spark plug for the future of USA soccer. And I want to be the first to congratulate Spain because the past 4 years they truly deserved this win and the World Cup trophy. They were the best team the past 4 years, and I believe we got the best two teams in the World Cup final because I thought Holland was also a very worthy team of winning it all. And but the most consistent team I believe was Spain. After losing the first game, they bounced right back up and they won the rest of their games. And they're just stacked goalkeeper. They got the best goalkeeper. You have the two best strikers. I mean, you arguably got the best defense with Puyol, Ramos, Capdevilla, and Pique. And then not only that, you got Xavi, Iniesta in the middle. And then if you got to go to the bench, you got Cesc Fabregas. So I want to congratulate Spain. The best team really did win. I also want to congratulate Holland on making it to the final. I mean, some teams doubted that they can make it this far because they've always had trouble in the World Cup, but Arjen Robben and Wesley Schneider, they really got my attention, and they're going to be around here come 4 more years because you got a bunch of young talent: Ryan Babel, Huntelaar, Dirk Kuyt, Van Persie. Um, they're all going to be here. The only weakness I see with that team is the defense with Giovanni Bryankhorst leaving. Um, Stecklenburg's a pretty good goalkeeper, but let's talk more about the World Cup itself. Some teams that really impressed me, I thought, were Uruguay. Of course, Uruguay was the first team that really impressed me. Diego Forlan, Luis Suarez, Cavani. I thought they really impressed everyone from very first game. I actually picked them to go all the way to the quarterfinals before the tournament started. Back to the final. I actually predicted Spain and Holland to make the final, and Spain win it also. I was correct there. But I picked Uruguay to go all the way to the quarterfinals. They actually did better than what I thought they did. They go in all the way to semis. Um, Another impressions I got was the East Asian clubs of Japan and South Korea. Not North Korea, South Korea. Um, it's the first time ever both of them have ever gotten out of the group stage on foreign soil. I was very impressed with Honda. Honda of Japan very got my attention. He's going to be getting bigger offers from other clubs. And the Germans impressed me. This was one of the teams I had a hard time believing that they would get all the way to the knockout stage because, I mean, they were very young. You're missing your best player, arguably, and Michael Ballack, and you do not know who your goalkeeper is. So I had a hard time believing, but after this World Cup, I found out that Mesut Ozil is one of the best players in the world from what I saw. And the same goes with Thomas Müller and Miroslav Klose, of course, one of the best goal scorers. And the last impression I had was, of course, the young Africans in Ghana. They were the youngest team in the World Cup, and they impressed us all. I thought they could have gone all the way to the semifinals if Asamoah Gyan didn't miss that penalty kick. They pretty much took the plug out of USA's firepower, and they just pretty much impressed us all. I mean, first game, Asamoah Gyan penalty all the way, but they impressed me as they took Africa as a whole because Africa as a whole was very disappointing. I mean, you had Nigeria, Cameroon, South Africa, very disappointing as a whole of Africa. So Ghana, they took the whole power of Africa and they carried on their backs. Other disappointments I want to get to other than Africa is England and France. Okay, England, they barely got out of their group stage. I mean, they drew against Algeria. Um, Many people predicted that they would go all the way to the final four or even the finals, and none of their players really produced. Like Wayne Rooney was, I thought, one of the biggest disappointments as a player. Um, didn't really do anything. And the French, well, everyone knows about the French. Firepower with the coach, big issue with the coach. Lack of play with Thierry Henry. Um, they didn't even put Karim Benzema or Samir Nasri on the roster, which I thought was just complete idiotic from Raymond Dominic. Um, but I see the future of this team looking bright because the young talent on this team is all over the place. You have young talent all over this place, so I expect the French to bounce back from this. And then my last disappointment is, of course, the Italians, the defending champions. They finished last in their group, and they had teams like New Zealand, Paraguay, and Slovakia in the group, which is arguably one of the easiest groups, and they could not produce out of that. And that has to all go to the fault of Marcelo Lippi, I guess is his name. I mean, all their players are old. I mean, where is any young player like De Rossi from the U.S. born De Rossi? He could have put some good firepower on the team, but I just knew from the very beginning this team wasn't gonna go that far. So now now that we're speaking about the team impressions, disappointments, let's go to the players side of it. Impressions of players, I really thought, okay, first one, Diego Forlan, best player of the whole tournament, got my attention from the very first game all the way to the very last with his amazing free kick shots. Every free kick shot I saw from Diego Forlan contended for a goal every single time. Another impressive player I saw was Landon Donovan of USA. Um, USA, I mean, the past 5, 6, 7 years has always been carried by Landon Donovan, and he is truly growing as a player. I mean, I remember from Germany he was not that great, and then now he's in Everton doing a very good job. So I'm impressed with Landon Donovan. Um, I want to get to Wesley Schneider and Arjen Robben of Holland. Of course, we know that they're one of the best because they played in the Champions League final just this past year, and they did impress us. And I knew there was going to be a preview of the World Cup to come. Lionel Messi, he didn't score this time, but he did set up a lot of goals for Higuain and Tevez. So we got to give him props, and he's of course the best player in the world. Um, some new players we found out of this one: Thomas Mueller, goal scorer; Mesut Ozil. Everyone, I'm saying this right now. Remember the name, Mesut Ozil. He will be a firepower to come in the next 4 years. He will be one of the best. And Luis Suarez, another guy. Watch out, he plays for Ajax. I won't be surprised if he goes to a bigger club like Manchester United or something like that. And then, last but not, well, let's not. We got three more players to go. David Villa, goal scorer. Um, Honda, Japan, awesome player. Thought he carried Japan. And last but not least, Asamoah Gyan did very good for Ghana. Some disappointments I thought was Wayne Rooney, of course, didn't do hardly anything we saw of Wayne Rooney in Manchester United. Thierry Henry, no Thierry Henry at all. We didn't even see him play that much. And biggest disappointment I thought in the whole World Cup, Fernando Torres. I mean, team did awesome, but Torres did not show up. So I would have to say one of the biggest disappointments would have to go to Fernando Torres. Um, best moments. Of course, my number one favorite moment was Landon Donovan versus Algeria. I thought that was the biggest one. That's gonna be one of the biggest highlights of the whole World Cup. I mean, over here I went crazy. 10 a.m. in the morning, I was running around in my house. Parents they yelled at me for waking them up, but it was worth it. Um, Giovanni Brinkhorst, one of the best goals ever, probably upper 90 shot, and another big moment, Uruguay versus Ghana, penalty shootout with Luis Suarez getting the red card. I thought that was a very big moment. So, all in all, this is the 2010 World Cup. I think we got everything we expected. I mean, two best teams won. Two best teams came to the finals. Number one best team won it. And so now on to the 2014 World Cup preview. Um, Teams that I would say to watch out for, of course, Germany, France, Argentina, and Holland. This is my final four right here. And Germany, I say that because of the young talents we saw of this one. France, with Karim Benzema and Samir Nasri, don't be don't be surprised to see them in there. Holland, of course, already mentioned them. And Argentina, they're young. They got a young goalkeeper. You got Messi, of course. He's young. He's going to be there for a couple more times. You got Higuain, and you got Carlos Tevez. So you got to watch out for those. My prediction is Germany versus Holland in the finals, and I got Holland winning it all, 2-1. Teams to really watch out for is one, Mexico. You got to watch out there. They very good young talent on the team. I mean, very good. I mean, Giovanni Dos Santos. You got Javier Hernandez. You got let's see, Carlos Vela. There's young talent all over the place. Rafa Marquez. I mean, they're all over the place with young talent. You gotta also watch out for Ghana. Of course, they were the youngest team in this World Cup. You know, Asamoah Gyan's gonna come back better than ever. So you gotta watch out for them. Gotta watch out for Uruguay. Diego Forlan will not be there, but you still got Luis Suarez. You still got Cavani. They'll be out there. And of course, USA. I think very good young talent coming in. Josie Altidore, I hope steps it up from this World Cup because he did not impress me at all. And I thought some newer teams that I think is going to make to the next World are teams like Turkey, Tunisia from Africa, Sweden, and Russia. So I think teams like Slovenia and let's say Slovakia and Serbia, some smaller teams like that, I think they're probably out of the picture. And that's my 2014 preview. And one last thing is I was going to give you a prediction of who I thought will win the 2018 and 2022 bids. Teams I'm really hoping that win is of course USA, Portugal, and Spain co-bidding. I really like that one, and I also like Holland and Belgium co-bidding, and I also really want the tiny country of Qatar to also win because I really think they can give us a good showing for a World Cup host. And thank you for watching the 2010 World Cup recap and the 2014 World Cup preview. Um, expect more videos to come about sports. If y'all want, press the subscribe button over, and I'll put some more videos out for y'all. Okay? Peace.